What's up, guys? Welcome to the First Date Masterclass 101. In this video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through how to have a proper first date, how to behave on the first date, what's important, what's not important, and really make sure that when you have that first date, you're gonna do everything that's in your power so that you're gonna have the best date ever and you're gonna have the highest possibility of actually getting a second date, bringing her home, kissing her, whatever it is that you personally want. Okay, let's start with the beginning. If you are a complete rookie and you have a first date and you're anxious and all that, I would strongly recommend you to do something very relaxing that day. So make sure that either you hit the sauna, you go to the gym, you do things that really make you feel relaxed because the less anxiety you're gonna have on that first date, the higher your possibility is of getting the second date or bringing her home. The more anxious that you are, the lower the possibility. The reason for this is because the more anxious you are, the less you have access to your brain. The more anxious you are, the less present that you are. And if something is a turn off for women, it's if you're not present. So anxiousness, it's a huge turn off. They can tell and they know. So if you're a complete rookie, you do some preparational work, right? You hit the gym, you meditate, you visualize, you do whatever helps you to relax. Now, that being said, what mindset should you have? There's a couple of mindsets that I always have. For me, my main mindset is I want to see what she's like. That's really my main mindset. I am not looking to fuck per se. I'm not looking to per se make something happen. Not at all. I had an intuition about this woman. I thought she was nice. I thought she looked cute. And I wanted to meet her. That's what I'm doing. I am meeting her. And I'm going to check if this is a woman that I actually like. And I'm going to feel if this is a woman that turns me on, that makes me want to do things. That's really my mindset. So the real mindset here is you are trying nothing. You're just there to see whether or not you're a good fit, whether or not you actually like her, whether or not there is this vibe. That's it. Because the more you're going to try, the more you're going to try to control things and get an outcome, the more creepy you're gonna be. That's really it. Because the more you're gonna try, the more you're gonna have this hidden agenda, the more friction is gonna create. You're gonna do things because you want to get things done, and it's a very weird energy. And women, they feel it, they get confused by it. They're like, "This dude is weird. He might kill me." That's the kind of energy that you're giving. So on the date itself, this is a mindset that you have. I'm just gonna check what she's like. Second mindset that's super important to have is I am responsible for the fun. So of course you do it together. She needs to invest as well, but you as a man set the frame. You're responsible for the fun. The most important thing on a date is having fun. If she's not having fun, why are you even there? If you're not having fun, why are you even there? Who are you trying to prove this for? Like, and I know that a lot of you are in that stage, and I was there as well, where you really have to get a certain outcome. You want to make it happen, and it really comes from a place that's not helping you anywhere. Anyways, enough about that. Main focus should be to have fun because there's so many things in life that aren't fun. Like you have your job, you have all the things you need to do, responsibilities, blah blah blah. Dating, it's one of the areas which really is meant to just have fun, where it's just meant so you're having a good time. So have a good time. Now, how do you do this? I know it's easier said than done, especially if you're in an anxious mind state. If you're a complete rookie, you might want to think of some jokes you'll make, some sentences. I always try to stay away from teaching this stuff, but it is gonna help you, being honest. If you have a couple of sentences in your head, a couple of tricks up your sleeve that you use that know that are gonna tickle her and tickle you, and that's the most important thing, they need to tickle you, then that's gonna help to create that vibe. Because I know as a beginner, if you crack that joke and you see her smile, then you're gonna be like, it's working. And you're gonna get a validation, but it's not too bad because this validation is gonna make you feel good. And then when you feel good, like you give yourself confidence, you allow yourself to be more confident, you're cracking more jokes, she's laughing more, and it's an upward spiral. So if you want to use tricks, go ahead and use them. There's tons of them. I can sum up a couple. One thing, for example, that I always like to do, I always accuse her of checking me out. If she's looking at me or she's looking down, I'm like, yo, hey, you like what you see? And she's like, ah. That's, for example, one trick you can use. Another one, she's looking at you, you're looking at her, you're talking, she's talking, 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 talking. You just keep looking. And at a certain point, she's done talking, you keep looking. And she's going to be like, what? And then you say, you know what? She's like, what? No, no, I don't know. And you're like, I know what you're doing. What am I doing? You are seducing me. And it's not working. Not tonight, young missy. I don't think so. Ha 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 ha. It's always good stuff. And you can look on the internet. There's tons of things, tons of tricks, tons of lines. And although I said, like, I feel friction teaching you this, I understand that it's really going to help you in the beginning. Why am I saying it's going to help you in the beginning? Because what's going to wind up happening is you're going to become dependent on these tricks. You're going to do the trick, do the trick, do the trick, do the trick. You're like, the trick, that's what makes me successful. But really it isn't. There's a deeper layer. The deeper layer is really that this trick, when you do it, you create a certain energy. And you feel this energy and she feels that energy. And the energy, that's what's important. However, if you keep relying on that trick, you're like, ooh, trick time, the energy is going to go away. And then sooner or later, your tricks won't work anymore and you'll just be a dancing monkey performing for her. And that's going to kill the attraction for sure. So use the tricks to become familiar with the energy. The energy of being playful, the energy of being a little bit cocky, the energy of flirting. But as soon as you're familiar with this energy and you embody it, you can really free flow. You just tap into that energy. It's a state. And then you just make up your mind. You say funny jokes. But for that to happen, you need to be less anxious. Like, you need to not be anxious at all. Otherwise, you don't access these parts, these creative parts in your brain. So now those are super important. Those are my main mindsets. Like, I'm just going to check her out, see what she's like, and I'm going to have fun regardless. And fun really comes down to self-amusement. You have to say things that you find funny. You have to amuse yourself, not her. The difference is, if you're completely self-amusing, you crack a joke and you just laugh at it. You're like, that's funny. I'm fucking funny. But if you do it for her, you're going to crack a joke and then you're going to be like checking her reaction. Very subtle. But again, the subtleties, all women know. And she's going to know, like, he's performing. He's just a dancing monkey. He thinks if he does a trick and a backflip, that I will fuck him. And that doesn't work that way. So, self-amusement. For self-amusement, you need to know what you find funny. You need to know your own humor. Now, the way you can do this is look at yourself when you're with your friends, when you're cracking jokes. You can watch comedy. You can take comedy classes. There's a lot of things you can do to develop your humor. For me, just having the intention, back then, I had the intention, like, yo, I want to focus on this. I want to be more funny, was enough for me. Because I started to see more opportunities to crack a joke. I got a validation, like, people like it when I'm funny. And that's just an upward spiral. Anyways, part of it as well in self-amusement is that you're going to be fully express yourself. Meaning, if you think of a joke that perhaps is a little bit risky, and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I should say that, you're going to say it. If you find it funny, you're going to say it. And no worries, dude. If you make a mistake, if you go too far, if you crack a joke and she's like, what the fuck did you just say? Always take a step back. You never fuck it up forever. Like, you can always make it up. You're just like, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's just, I'm a little bit in a crazy mood today and I rather just express myself fully and then apologize after than keep filtering the things that I say. You got me? She's going to be like, yeah, no, I get that. Boom, you're good. Take a step back, relax. So, no worries. Take that risk. Now, those are the most important things. Now, if you have that mindset and you come to the date, first thing that you do, depending on the country that you're in Europe, I always gave a hug. Always just give a hug, like a warm hug, a comfortable hug, and just hold them a little bit longer than usual. And you'll feel their body. If you hug them, you'll feel their body when they want to let go, and then you just let go. So no force, you just embrace them, you hold them, and then you let them go when they want to go. If you're in Latin America, for example, it's a little bit different. They do two kisses, which always confuses me. I always have an awkward moment because I want to do the hug, they want to do the kisses. It's like, but it's fine. I got away with it. But you get the point. Culturally dependent, but typically in America, in Europe, do the hug. So you start, you do the hug, and then there you are. Now, whoa, 1 second. Back up. Where are you going with the date? It's good that you asked me. I almost forgot. Best things to do is start with either drinks or coffee. Yeah, but she wants dinner. Fuck dinner. Start with drinks and coffee. After that, maybe you can have dinner if you like her. Start with drinks or dinner. Uh, start with drinks or coffee. The reason why is because you don't know her. You don't know her vibe. You don't know if she's nice or whatever. If you're gonna have like a dinner date, then you're gonna sit there for three fucking meals. It's gonna take you an hour and a half, and if she sucks, it's gonna be very awkward, and it's not gonna be a good situation. So, go for coffee. Go for drinks. It's totally okay after one coffee to be like, "Yo, nice to meet you. I'm out." It's totally okay to after two drinks be like, "Hey, I'm going home. I have work tomorrow. Bye bye." That's why you go for drinks. Now, later on, and we're gonna sidetrack a little bit from the video. Later on, you can go for dinner dates. You can do fun shit. You can invest a little bit more in her. In the beginning, though, I would stay away from that because, in my personal belief, she needs to deserve that a little bit. I believe if you meet a girl under the circumstances that you take her to dinner and she's demanding all these things, you're setting up the relationship for failure because now it's transactional from the beginning. However, if you get a girl on a date who is like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck what we do. If we have coffee, if we go for a walk, whatever it is, like, I'm down. I want to meet you." That's a girl who's there for you. And then, of course, later on, if she's nice and you're having a good time, you can say, "Hey, want to grab some food?" And then you can grab some food, but at least then she deserved it. So go for coffee, go for drinks. That's it. Give the hug. We're back on track. After the hug, what you're going to do is this is really where it's up to you. This is really where it's going to be all of energy work, meaning you're going to have to be present. You're going to have to be calm. You're going to have to be grounded. You're going to have confidence. You're going to have faith. There's a lot of things to this, and most of these things, being fair with you, they come with experience, which is a little bit of a paradox because if you don't have the experience, then so you're not going to be able to do this, right? But you can. Most important thing here is you need to get experience. So if you're on the date, this really comes down to having a conversation. You know, what's important about having a conversation is a conversation you do with the two of you. So she does 50%, you do 50%. It's even better if she does like 70% and you do 30%. But in general, at least it should be 50-50. So you don't need to carry the whole conversation. You know, it's not up to you to do all of that. You don't have to have a complete list of interview questions prepared for if it gets silent. Because guess what? If it gets silent, it gets silent. I have not had an awkward pause in years. There has been silences though. I don't find them awkward. And guess what? If I don't find them awkward, she does not find them awkward. Because I set the tone, I dictate the energy. So I've had plenty of dates where maybe 50% of the date it was silent. A lot of times because I'm in a Spanish speaking country and I don't speak Spanish, which doesn't help. But I bring them home, I date them, we want to see each other again. And that is because if it's silent, it's silent. I'm just chilling. I'm just sitting there. I'm looking at her, or I look away, whatever. And if something comes up, something comes up. I think of something. Yeah, what's your favorite color? And sometimes it's silent. I'm silent, and she says something, and that's kind of normal. You don't have to be like laughing and all the time. No, she's there. So one thing that's very important in this process is you have to assume that she likes you. You have to assume that she's attracted to you. You have to assume that you are hot shit and that she wants you. Well, and it's kind of safe. You can assume this because, dude, she's on the date. Obviously, there's something about you that she likes. So if you just assume that she will like you, that's 90% of the work. Because For me, for example, I'm okay with the silence because I know she likes me, right? So if it's silent, it's silent. It doesn't change a thing at all. It doesn't matter at all. I can say something which is gonna offend her. I don't care. I'll apologize with like, sorry, yeah, not my intention to say something that rude, a little bit in the city mood, because I'm assuming attraction. I know that she's gonna like me. I know that she wants to go home with me. I know that she finds me handsome and sexy, which is why I get away with shit. All right, so that's a very powerful assumption to have, and I want you to really understand that she is on a date with you, so she likes you. Okay. Now, this next concept that I'm gonna explain is a little bit of a difficult concept to understand, but it's really the concept of letting go of control. The more you can let go of control, the more you can let go of controlling the outcome, wanting a certain thing, the more likely you'll get the outcome. And this is so difficult because it's a journey. And most men never understand this in their lifetime. But it really comes down to assuming that it's gonna happen, but not needing it to happen. I don't know what it is, what you want. Whether it's bringing her home, whether it's having a second date, whatever it is that you want. If you need it, if you're like, fuck, I wanna make this happen, it's not gonna happen. Maybe it'll happen, but you're gonna lose her. If you're really at the point where you're like, oh no, I got me, I'm good anyways. I would love to see her again. Really, she's my type. We're having fun. But if not, I'll be fine. I'll be good. I have myself. That is a point you want to achieve. And that how you achieve that like through years of experience. You need a couple of heartbreaks there. Some things are gonna happen and they're gonna shape you in that way. Anyways, back to the subject. Now, you're having a conversation. Both of you are doing 50-50. Now, this is not enough because you're gonna have to have sexual tension. If there is no sexual tension, you will be friend zoned. For newbies, how do you create sexual tension? Just shut the fuck up. That's all you need to do. Whenever she's talking, just be silent, look at her. And what helps is when you look at her and you feel your desire for her. Because then you're not gonna look like, yeah, I'm a good boy, I'm listening. No, you're gonna look at her like, really? Yeah. I get that. Really? Oh, tell me more. That's how you're gonna look at her. And she's gonna feel this. She's like, ooh, this guy, he wants to do the boom boom ba ding ding with me. Okay, so that's how you do it. Use silence and feel your own desire. Eventually, what's gonna happen, you're gonna make a move. Again, if you're a beginner, make a move. Let's say at the middle of the day. Don't do it at the end because it's gonna be expected and it's gonna be awkward. Do it in the middle. When you're laughing, you're talking, and there's this silence, and you're touching each other, then just go for it. Just fucking go for it. See what happens. Maybe she will turn away. Okay. Then you look at her, and you know what you say? You say, not yet. Okay, that's fine. Which is amazing because you show her you're unbothered, doesn't matter. And you also let her know, I will try again later. So she has a choice. Either she stays with you, which means that she's going to be okay with being kissed later, or she leaves, which is fine. So it's a really good trick. There you have it. Nice trick from me for you. You're welcome. Now, this really comes down to leading. You know, you have to lead. And leading starts with touching her. So when do you start touching her? From the beginning. You give the hug. Ideally, you immediately do like this. She takes your arm and you walk arm in arm to the coffee, to the drinks, whatever. You take her chair. She's going to sit down. You're going to put your hand on her like, hey, okay. You're going to sit down with her. Don't sit opposite to her. It's a big mistake. It's like an interview. Sit next to her or at the corner of the table, like this. Like this is one, this is two. Like this. I don't know how to explain. If you have the table, it's like this. One is here, the other is there. That's good as well. Because then at least you can touch each other and it's not like very confrontational. So that's how you're gonna do it. Then you start touching as soon as possible. You make a joke or she makes a joke, you make a point, you wanna make a point. What you do is like, boom, you touch her. Boom. You touch her. So you're like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I love that. You know what? And then sooner or later you can make a point a little bit more strongly. You put your hand on her shoulder, you're like, you know what it is with you? You are very, very annoying today. you tease her, you know? So she's being touched, she's being teased, she's like, woo, there's a lot of things happening here. So that's about touching, and the touches progressively increase. You start with making it a point, then you do like this, you start holding your hand, you put your hand on her legs, you put your arm around her, you give her a kiss on the forehead, like all these things, just build it up like that. Then, the moment supreme. If you want to take her home, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna tell, if you're a newbie, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna be like, hey, you know what? Do you like wine? She's like, yeah, I like wine. So yeah, okay. Well, you know, I'd love to stay here and have wine here or whatever, but I have a really good bottle at my place. If you want, we can go to my place. What do you say? And she's gonna say yes or no, and depending on that, you have your answer. And at least she's gonna know, okay, this guy, he's a man, he has balls. So at least she knows that you have balls, and that's good. That's good because she will respect you. And if you're a little bit more advanced, this is what I do. I don't bring up an excuse anymore. I can feel the vibe. I know if they want to go home. I just look at them and I'm like, yo, let's go to my place. And they're like, yeah, okay, let's go. But in the beginning, I would really do it like this because it feels a little bit more easy to do. So there you have it. You're at your place. Make sure your place is nice. Make sure it's comfortable. Make sure you have good lighting. Make sure you put on music. Make sure you have the actual wine. All these things, make sure of them. Although I never had the wine, I got away with it. You can try it. Like, it's not about the wine. But anyways, make sure that everything is neat, everything is comfortable. If you're unsure, you can even check in with her. I know that a lot of you are gonna find this like, ooh, that's really ooh. It's not alpha, but if you feel like I'm not sure if she's comfortable, ask her. Like, hey, are you comfortable? Yeah, I am. Okay, good. A lot of girls actually do appreciate that. So make sure she's comfortable, and then you have the wine or you have water, you talk, you start talking slower, you start talking really slowly, you start looking at her lips a little bit, you start feeling this tension, and then you just go for it. You just kiss. And then I'm not even gonna tell you what to do here. Like, you just let nature run its course. So there you have it, a little bit of a longer video. I know I sidetracked a little bit every now and then, but I hope that this was valuable for you. And if you enjoy these rants where I sidetrack a little bit, let me know because I'm really good at that. If not, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll make sure that the next video is more structured and really I stick to the subject that we're talking about. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'm really happy to help you out in any way or form. I really am. I do this for you guys. So, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next video.